Another challenging day for U.S. aviation. There was a systems issue overnight that led to a ground stop because of the way that safety information was moving through the system. That was resolved, which allowed the ground stop to be lifted at 9 this morning, but through the day we're going to see the effects of that rippling through the system. We are now pivoting to focus on understanding the causes of the issue. And the main thing I want everybody to understand is that every step of the way, safety is going to be our North Star, as it always is. So I just wanted. So what I understand is that yesterday a backup system went into effect and the main system came back online. It was over the course of the night, kind of in the middle of the night, that it became clear that there were still issues in the accuracy of the information that was moving through the node of the system. That's what led to a call, I think around 5 a.m. for a complete reboot or refresh of the system, and that was not sufficiently validated to feel comfortable that it was totally resolved by 7 o'clock. So at that point, the move was made to institute a ground stop until FAA could completely validate not only that the NOTAMs were populating correctly, but that they were actually getting out to the aircraft. By 9 a.m., FAA was satisfied that everything was working properly in that regard. That's what allowed the ground stop to be lifted and the flights could go. There's a problem with a government system. We're going to own it, we're going to find it, and we're going to fix it. In this case, we had to make sure that there was complete confidence about the safety of flight operations, which is why there was the conservative but important step to have that pause and make sure everything was back up and running. But as you can imagine, my top priority right now that the system is working again as of about 9 this morning, is to understand the root cause, understand how it could have led to this level of disruption, and understand how to make sure that it does not happen again. What people need to know is that we will not allow anything to take place that is not safe. But this is precisely why our focus right now is on understanding, identifying, and correcting anything related to the root cause of how this happened in the first place. So the FAA system so far has made it possible for an extraordinary safety record to be built up in the United States. Millions of passengers traveling near the speed of sound, miles above the earth, and returning every time safely to the ground. But that system also constantly needs to be tended to, upgraded, refreshed, and there are a number of processes underway right now in the FAA to make sure that those systems stay up to date. Because we're coming up on the FAA reauthorization, where we'll be approaching Congress, indicating the resources and strategy that we think we need for the next 5 years to make sure that FAA has everything that they need in terms of systems, resources, and staff. I think this gives us a really important data point and a really important moment to understand what we're going to need moving forward. But obviously our more immediate focus is technical, understanding exactly how this happened, why the redundancies and the backups that were built into the system were not able to prevent the level of disruption that we saw today, and to make sure that we have 100% clarity on any and all steps that are needed so that it can't happen again.
Are you lacking